day 26. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten a few things sent to me, and I'm gonna do a much better job. I try to always give a shout out, but I gotta tell you, this could be ultimate. Huge shout out. Got a special one tonight. There's a couple reasons we are doing the drink we're doing tonight. It's the Choco-quarantini for a treat because my friend Christina got me this wonderful thing. So this is the way that I'm going to thank you. This is my, well, let's go inside. Let's make a Choco-quarantini. Let me tell you why that's the best gift you can give, or at least drink for somebody. Enter the Blue Monkey Quarantina. All right. So here we are. Now, we're going to make a chocolate quarantini. Yes, it's a chocolate martini. You've heard about them. Some people say it's garbage. You can't do that to vodka. Some people say they're delicious, and I say, right. It's a little bit of a frou-frou drink. It's a dessert drink, I guess, but man, it's so good. And you know what? We're going to do it. Now, let me do a few things. First of all, get a little bit of ice into these glasses. Get them nice and chilled. Now, I have to do one thing very quick. I realized, you don't know this, but this, in the last, so we're on day 26. I know, I said it already. Day 26, Quarantine Cocktail Show. Woo! When this started off 25 episodes ago, sometimes some of the programs I didn't serve you justice. You know, back then it was a last minute drunken throw together slop show, and well, we just winged it. Now it's a 30 minutes of preparation drunk slop show that we just throw together. And when I look back at the original Quarantini that we did, we never really talked about the martini. Now, I'm not going to get into it because we're focusing on the chocolate side of it, but I do want to say one thing about the martini that I didn't share before, and that is the name of the martini. There's a lot of different things. Let's just leave it at this. A lot of people believe in 1900 there was a recipe for a drink, and it was called the Marguerite. And that drink was basically a gin, and by the way, original martinis, always gin, and the name of the vermouth that was used was the Marguerite vermouth, and a lot of people say that that was how it got its name, and martini just kind of grew from the Marguerite name. So anyway, that's where it kind of comes from. But we're making a special one tonight. We're doing the ever famous Choco-tini quarantine style. Now, it's not a difficult one, but it is a little bit different ingredients. You got to have some chocolate liqueur. You have to have some creme de cacao, and you got to have some vodka, and you got to have cream. There's other versions, there's other recipes, but this is what we're going to go with tonight. So let me start making it, and then I'll tell you, I was holding back on this, and I wasn't going to do it. And the reason was this. Would you believe there'd be any history on the chocolate martini? Of course not. Of course there is. And I got it for you. All right. So 1.5 ounce, by the way, of chocolate liqueur. I'm using Godiva. This is the good stuff. Now, what's the difference, Paul? You've got, aren't they both chocolate liqueurs? Not exactly. So chocolate liqueur, let me pour this. 1.5 ounce, by the way. I already said that, but just so you have it. Shelby, do you want one? Yeah, I thought so. All right. Here's the thing. So that's your chocolate liqueur. Now that is actually made on the basis of chocolate. There's actually chocolate in it. There's cream in it. It's sweet. It's thicker. If you could have seen me pouring, it's almost got a thick consistency. Now, the other thing we need is creme de cacao. Now this is actually made from the cacao bean. Now there's a dark version and a light version. I prefer the dark. The only difference is that they use the whole bean when they do this. And it's got a bit of a chocolate flavor, but you can see it's dark, but it's not as thick. It's more of a liquidy, less syrupy, I guess, is probably the way to explain it. 1.5 equal parts so far. And that's really the big difference of it. As my 13-year-old daughter was asking, and I was trying to explain because she wanted to smell it. Nothing wrong with that. What we kind of decided on, this is like almost like vanilla extract. You can smell the vanilla, but it's also got that punch of the alcohol in it, and that's kind of what this is as far as determining it. Now, next thing we need vodka. Now, I will tell you, if I was in a perfect world and I had everything I needed, I just don't ever really carry it, I probably would not be afraid to use a vanilla vodka. But any vodka will work. It's really the chocolate. And because we're using the cacao, it's got kind of a vanilla hint to it. So we're okay. Now on this, you only need half an ounce. I'm going to go 3/4 of an ounce on this of vodka. Now, before I get too far, history. Are you ready for this? 1955. Rock Hudson and Elizabeth Taylor are out in Texas, down in Texas from where we sit, and they're filming. They're making a movie, Giant. Talk about that in a second. So they're sitting there. Well, here's what we know about Rock Hudson and Elizabeth Taylor. Well, we know a lot of things about both of them. But one of the things you may not know is they like to get their martini on. Every night after they were done shooting, not shooting, it's Texas, shooting the movie, they would sit down and they would kick back and they would be making some martinis, vodka martinis to be precise. Well, what a lot of people didn't know is that Rock Hudson and Elizabeth Taylor also loved chocolate. So I imagine one drunken night, they sat there and said, you know what, how stupid would it be to put some chocolate into our vodka and drink it for dessert? And by God, that's what they did. They added chocolate syrup and chocolate liqueur to their martinis. And I'm talking a vermouth martini straight up. And they are credited with creating the original chocolate martinis. How about that? Little side note on that movie, Giant, never seen it. But there was another star in that movie, James Dean. Actually, that movie was James Dean. That was his last movie that he was in. Right after it was done filming, he actually had his car accident and died. And they had to dub part of that movie with somebody else's voiced on some of his parts. Now you know. Last part, we need a half and half heavy cream. 2.5 ounces to be precise. 1 and a splash. This is a 2 ounce pour, by the way. And then just a little bit more. All right. Now, there you go. That's your whole drink. That's your Choco-quarantini. I know, Paul, but it's not quarantine style. Well, we're not done yet, so don't you worry. All right. That was close. We're trying here. All right. Hey, you see these people running, you don't give them enough credit. This is, all right, give it a good shake. You want it cold. You want a little froth on there, right? All right. There's 1. There's 2. Oh, my God. Just oozes of chocolate goodness. I mean, this is delicious. All right, last thing I'm going to do, get rid of this ice. Just put it, you don't even have to put it actually in the containers. You can just pour it right on your table. Nothing wrong with that. Now, before you add it in, Hershey's syrup, baby. You need some chocolate on this thing, right? Now, some people do the glass real fancy. What I suggest you do is actually try to get the rim of the glass so that every sip you get a little bit of chocolate. You want to make these early in the night too, because I will tell you, after about 4 or 5 of these, you are not going to be able to do that with a glass. Last thing, Paul, no way. There's no way. You gotta believe we're gonna do it. You bet your sweet emergency ass we're getting it into this drink tonight. Emergency, thank you again for not really sponsoring us, but being a part of every program, COVID-19 free, 26 days. Now, here's what we're going to try. Actually, some of these recipes, and I did not venture into this world, some of these recipes actually, because it is a true martini with a vodka base, some of them will actually use a little bit of orange bitters. And you've all seen that citrus chocolate, the chocolate orange flavor. So actually, there's a lot of people say this is the way to do it. Here's my thought. We're going to take a little bit of this, and we're going to do half of our chocolate with an orange. So I got two choices drinking this. I can go orange citrus, orange chocolate, or I can go straight up. It's going to rock. Now, come back to our drinks. Pour that right into your glass. Smooth, frothy. I mean, it's good. I can promise you. Next one. Delicious. Garnish. If that isn't enough for you, there's nothing wrong. A little cherry right there, so you can get it to just stay on the side. Ooh, that one's yours. So, Choco-tini's right here, quarantine style. This is a Choco-quarantini for my friend Christini. It's actually Christina, but it rhymes. And oh, last thing, Paul, because there's a reason I picked this drink. Two reasons. One, her lovely design included the classic martini glass right here. Had to honor that, and we've already done a quarantini. And here's the other thing. Chocolate, ultimate gift. Matter of fact, historically, chocolate is one of the greatest gifts in the world. One of the first known occurrences were the Aztecs. They used to give this out. This was a gift of the gods. And matter of fact, Columbus, on his voyage, he was actually given a basket of chocolate from the Aztecs on one of his voyages. And from then, it carried on in kingdoms and gods and royalty. They've always deemed chocolate as one of the greatest gifts that you can give. So, to Christina, this chocolate's for you. Thank you for your gift. Let me taste it. You would love it. Yeah, it's good. All right. Thanks, everybody. Day 26, Quarantine Cocktail Show. I hope you had fun. Talk to us after the program. We always love to chat with everybody. I have to tell you, I actually have gotten some other things, and you are all so awesome. You do not need to do that, but I do wear a size large. I will try to put some of these things on and have some fun with it. Here's the deal. If you send me something and I wear it, don't, if I choose the drink that matches it, you started it. So anyway, have fun. I love everybody out there. Thanks for being part of our night every night. See you tomorrow night, 7:30, Quarantine Cocktail Show. Good night.